Hi guys, welcome back. So let's continue with our discussion on different kind of job profiles in the field of data science. And these job designations, positions which I have shown you in the last video, they are very limited. There are only few examples. You can probably find many more in the market. I mean things like deep learning, these are new. So at times you may encounter positions which are dedicated towards deep learning or AI, and they may not have something like data science or machine learning engineer. They can simply ask for deep learning engineer or artificial intelligence. So bear that in mind. Please go through the details, roles and responsibilities, and see what kind of skills they need. For example, TensorFlow is really popular. Whether there is a position for data science, machine learning, deep learning, or AI, requirements may include TensorFlow. And if you are comfortable with TensorFlow, you can work with it. There is no harm in applying for that. Let's spend some more time talking about these details. For example, business analytics. Now, business analytics is not as new as machine learning or data science, but their requirements in job market is something quite new. Earlier, business analytics was being used by largely banks, insurance companies, and few other players using tools like Microsoft Excel. You might have heard about things like MIS, Management Information System, where one team member may simply consolidate data using Excel and then they can create dashboards, charts for the management. Now, this information was very limited in nature and coming out of very limited data. As size of data went up and we have more and more tools today like Tableau, Microsoft's Power BI, these things became very important. And now there are dedicated departments, dedicated professionals, dedicated teams towards business analytics related information. So, business analytics largely refers to the field where management is making decisions based on the data. Here we are not talking about machine learning models. Computer is not making decisions. Softwares are not making decisions. Management is making decisions, but they are making decisions based on certain data. And that information, that data, is captured in these tools like Tableau, Power BI. Visualization is used. In fact, in business analytics, data exploration and visualization is very important. So, if you are someone who is good with charts and has a knack to look for the fine prints in data, let's say you have a data where you have gender, age group, their income details, and sales data. And if you are someone with talent to relate all of this information and put that into form of some kind of chart, which can be seen by the management, and then they can come up with certain kind of marketing campaigns or promotional campaigns targeting these customers or these kind of customers, then this could be a very good field for you, especially if you are not good with programming. I mean, you're not comfortable with Python or you don't want to learn new programming skills. Maybe you can just learn Tableau and Power BI. And in this course, I'm going to add a section on Tableau, but there are a variety of other tools. So whatever your company use, whatever you can get your hands on, try to use that. These tools are really popular in data analysis and business analytics. And when I say data analysis, again, it's similar to business analytics. We are using data to get further insight without building models which use data to make predictions. Here you can say it's 50-50, 50% data and 50% human intelligence. In fact, business intelligence is also a term which is widely used in the context of data visualization tools. So if you have job openings with titles like business analytics, data analysis, or business intelligence, go through their roles and responsibilities. And if you are someone who is good at, let's say, Python, in that case, that job may not be for you. So that's why it's very important to understand these jobs. Even if it says business intelligence and if the required skill set is expertise in some kind of tools like Tableau or Power BI, then they are not looking for a programmer. They are looking for someone who can work with data, come up with visualizations, report, which further can be used by management to make decisions. Next in line is machine learning engineer. Now we have seen the machine learning in the last video, but it wasn't engineer. When they say engineer, the keyword here is engineering. So it is someone who is going to be more involved in the technical side of it. In a lot of cases, they may have, different set of people who eventually work on the data. So it's like machine learning engineer builds machine learning models, and then they have domain experts who look at the report, who look at the output and decide what to do with that. So these engineers are primarily concerned with coming up with models in SQL, Python, R, Java, or whatever language they use, or whatever technology they use. So here you are going to be less concerned with making prediction yourself. Here you will be more concerned with coming up with models, and your primary USP would be technical knowledge. So if we need to develop a certain model, your objective is not just to come up with the model, but also make sure that you are using latest and the best technology given your circumstances and the tools. So there is more emphasis on the technical architecture of it. So let's say here I have mentioned SQL, but as a machine learning engineer, it would be your responsibility to see if there are any other alternatives to this technology. Can we use some other kind of database system which is going to help us with machine learning models? So you are going to work at the architecture level, at the technology level. Whereas if we talk about data scientist, then a hardcore data scientist would be more concerned about the data science side of it, which is to say that you are going to come up with the conclusions. It will be your responsibility. So you may use common tools like Jupyter Notebook, RStudio, Python language, whatever infrastructure is available to you, whatever tools are available to you, and nobody is going to ask you if we should be using this tool or some other tool. Here the primary concern would be the output of the report. So let's say you have data, it's your job, it's your call to use that data in whatever way you like. Your management will be only concerned with the output of the report. So if at the end of the report you mention that we need to do something, their questions are going to be around how you arrived at that conclusion rather than what kind of technology you used to get there. So here it's more about information coming out of the data instead of the technology itself. But again, data scientist or data science in general, the term has been so generic that just by looking at the job position, you cannot be sure. So always go through the skill set, always look at the responsibilities. A lot of time, you'll find that roles and responsibilities include typical software development skill set like requirement gathering, project management, those kind of skill set. Because here you are expected to reach out to the stakeholder, get the requirement, and then come up with the output. Now, whatever you do between this requirement gathering to output, it's on you. That's why if you are someone who is already involved with software development in any capacity like business analyst or project manager, then it's like you are already doing 30-40% job of a data scientist. You just need to understand the concepts and get hold on the technical side of it. So it's a hybrid of everything we have seen so far. But always go through the JD, which is job description. So that's it for now on these jobs. But if you still have any question, please leave your questions on the forums I have mentioned earlier or in the community section. I will definitely try to answer that. Thank you.